You have been lied to, but it's okay because I'm going to be giving you the truth today. And I do not judge or have anything against the people that have been giving false information, because everyone's trying to share their own unique perspective and trying to give their knowledge to help someone else. But I have to share my perspective. There is a trend, or there's been a trend for some years of people practicing retaining their sacred or their sexual energy in order to, become a better version of yourself, in order to grow physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. But I feel as if you do not know what you're doing, you will not be able to receive the full benefit of this practice, but also it can in a way do more harm than good. You do not have to go weeks, months, and years retaining this energy in order to manifest something, or in order to receive the benefits, or in order to grow spiritually. What matters the most is what you do in the time when you are retaining this energy. The spiritual practices that you're doing, who you are being, what you're putting into your mind, body, and spirit. Across many different spiritual groups, practices, and religions, there is a common theme of a seed being nurtured and turning into a divine essence, or its divine form. When you look at the chakras, you start from the root chakra and go to the crown chakra, where the crown chakra represents a connection to the universe. When you look at the Kabbalistic tree of life, you have, or the Kabbalistic tree of life, you have different sephira, where Malkuth is represented as the earth kingdom, and Kether is represented as the crown, which is connected to divine. And you have to go through different sephira and activate different energy systems, different realms, in order to be connected back to the divine. When you look at Hinduism, they have the chakras and the nadis, where you have to rise the Shakti energy from the lower energy centers to the higher energy signatures, so that way Shakti can reunite with Shiva in a divine union. This is a common theme. I'm pretty sure you could research and find the same pattern over and over and over again. So what does this tell us? This tells us that when you have, you are aware of the importance, or what sexual energy is. It's a life force. It's the creative force. You have to alchemize this energy to be able to rise up from your lower self to your higher self, to the divine part of yourself, so that way you can rise out of your materialistic or your animalistic nature to be able to become divine. So if you're retaining this energy without this understanding, or without practicing certain spiritual practices in order to become more divine, then what's going to happen is you are going to have so much life force in your body, and there, on a spiritual level, this can harm you. But even, let's look at it on a physical level and on a mental level. They say when you get more money, money makes you more of who you are. When you receive more tools of abundance, or abundance in general, it makes you more of who you are. You're just magnifying or multiplying what you already are. So by obtaining and retaining this life force for long periods of time, you are multiplying who you already are, who you already were. So if you are not growing spiritually and transforming and alchemizing yourself, you will just become a multiplier of who you were before. So all of the negative habits that you had, all of the negative thoughts, all of these certain things, they may be put at bay at a certain point, and there may be an illusion as if these things are going away, or if you are growing. And in some way you are growing, because you have to go through certain mental barriers, and you have to be mentally strong in order to be able to get to a point where you are fighting against your nature. There is power in that, don't get me wrong, but there will come a point where you have all of this energy built up, you don't know what to do with it, and since it sat in a certain part of your subtle body, you will you're going to start thinking different thoughts. You're going to start to want to do different things and you're going to be magnetizing things towards you that aren't for you. You're going to be magnetizing things towards you that isn't for the higher version of yourself, because you're just becoming more of your lower self. You're not really rising. You're not really raising the energy up and becoming more divine. You're just becoming more of the lower version of yourself. That is why you will receive more attention, or you will receive more attraction from certain things like women, but it may not be the right woman for you. You might not be receiving energy from the right woman. And trust me, I know this. These are things that I've went through and I experienced as a young man. It'll be an illusion, as if the world is smiling at you, and in a way it is, but it is only smiling the reflection of the internal environment that you have created. But if you are not growing and rising and being able to see a new perspective, then you are just the same version of yourself before, but just more. You are just the same version of yourself, but more. And, if you've already obtained a certain level of spiritual growth, knowledge, and practice, and don't deceive yourself. Don't deceive yourself and be the type of person who's hearing what I'm saying right now and say, oh, I've done this. Look at your life. Look at how things happen for you, how things are unfolded for you. Life is a mirror of your internal state. So if you are not able to manifest certain things, if you are not able to have a certain control or a certain manipulation over reality, if you are not able to have things happen in your favor or achieve a certain result to a certain degree, I'm not just saying, oh, if you're not a millionaire, you're not spiritual. I'm saying if you are trying to start a business, or if you are trying to manifest a person in your life, or if you are trying to manifest things to happen for you in a certain way, and you are not able to achieve that, then that means that there is a certain amount of work that needs to be done internally and spiritually for you to be able to maintain a certain frequency and vibration long enough for the reality to mirror that back to you. Let's not get spirituality misconstrued. Let's not think that, oh, because you got some crystals, or because you got, you found out about certain information, or you watch certain videos, that makes you spiritual. There could be people out there that's more spiritual than you that don't even know anything about crystals or astrology or any of that. It's because their vibration is higher, just based off of the thoughts that they're thinking, the emotions that they're feeling, and the frequency that they're having for a certain period of time. That is what spirituality is. Spirituality is obtaining light in your body, in your subtle bodies, and how much light you can hold in your aura. And depending on how much light you have, how much divine light you have inside of your bodies, is going to determine how spiritual you are, how much spiritual energy you have. So when you obtain this energy, you are having the core essence, the life force and more potential to be able to use that energy to work on your subtle bodies, your energy bodies, your spirit, your astral body, your fourth dimensional self, whatever way you want to look at it, or whatever practice or whatever body you're paying attention to at that time. But you have more potential, more seeds to grow. But you have to water those seeds. You have to give it proper sunlight in order for it to rise up. What spiritual practices are you going to be doing? You have to, when you practicing retention, you have to practice and study spirituality, because this is a spiritual practice. It is an ancient spiritual practice that have been done for thousands of years. And if you are not doing it correctly, then it can have negative effects. This is powerful. Like, this is not something to play around with. I mean, I commend everyone out there who has been on the path of trying to be better. And like I said, I don't shoot anybody down, but I just have to share my perspective, because I used to have the same questions. I used to have questions of what's really going on? How is this making me more magnetic? I've asked myself these questions for for years and years ago, and I've came across certain realizations that are backed by history, spiritual history, and also people that, you know, I've studied and information that I came across. But you have to rise the energy. You have to know what's going on. You have to center yourself in certain spiritual practices. What is for you? There is certain power in certain spiritual practices like prayer and meditation, but there's different types of meditations. There's so many different meditations. When people say you have to meditate, or you have to what's the first thing I said? Oh, prayer. You have to pray, or you have to meditate. There is prayer and meditation on many different levels. You get into prayer, sacred prayers that have just more. There are certain prayers that have more light that is encoded in the words, because they are in different languages, and different languages have different frequencies in them when you speak them, because they vibrate through different parts of your body differently. So when you go at night and you pray to God, or you pray to whoever, and you're just talking, that's one level. There's levels to things. If you are stepping into the realm where you're going to do this powerful ancient practice, then you have to grow in other aspects of your spiritual journey and your spiritual life. You can't just be the same person that you were. And that's okay. Like, good job for being on the path, but now it's time to take it to the next level. Who are you going to be? If you knew that you were going to become 100 more of who you are, wouldn't you want who you are, who you're starting with, to be better? So seek that is for you. Seek what is for you. Every spiritual practice and system out there is not going to resonate with everyone, but you have to go further. You have to go deeper and actually do it, actually practice it. It's one thing of knowing, okay, there's spiritual practices out there. There's one thing of watching videos and putting that into your awareness. Yes, it's powerful, but what are you doing? What are you doing on a day-to-day basis? So be careful, grow, and move in the right direction. Moving in the right direction for what is for you. Because like I mentioned, you will become magnetic, but you will magnetize the wrong things. That could be more than just people. That can be a job opportunity. You might have started retaining your energy, and now you're like, oh, I just got a job opportunity that called me back. And then now you work at this job and you realize the job wasn't for you. You realize that woman wasn't for you. You realize that friend that you made, that you've attracted, wasn't for you. You have to be better to attract better, to live better, to receive better. We always talk about more. Oh, I want more. I want to receive more. I want to get more money. I want to get more women. I want to get more attraction, more experiences in life where things are happening in my favor. And that's true, but you want not only more, but you want better. You want higher. You want things that are resonating at a divine level, on a higher level, not just more of lower material or lower vibrational people or lower vibrational jobs or lower vibrational experiences. We're trying to get to the divine, you know. That's what it's all about. So use this practice to raise up, to get closer to God, you know, not the false God, the real God. But that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for making it to the end. If you made it to the end, then that means that this message, you know, resonated with you. And that means that, you know what you're supposed to be doing. So go out there and get it. And do the right things, not the wrong ones.